Hey everyone, this is Chase of Rocky Mountain ATV giving you a closer look at the new 4.5 boot from Leatt. All right, everyone, thank you for checking in. Today we're giving you a closer look at the new 4.5 boot from Leatt. I am happy to see this boot come to market, and I'm probably going to say a couple things in this video that might kind of surprise you because we saw the 5.5 FlexLock boot come out not too long ago from those guys, and I think they did a great job with that. That is a premium level boot at a great price point, about 400 bucks. I got to ride in that when it first came out. It's a rock solid boot. Now you have the 4.5, which comes in at a lower price. You're gonna be right around 300 bucks. And at that price, there's a lot to like about this boot. So we're gonna go through and talk about all the features, everything that you're getting to help you decide if this will be your next pair. And I will compare it a little bit to the 5.5. So if you are choosing between the two, hopefully this will help you decide which one's gonna be best for you. Before we dive into that though, let's just talk about sizing real quick. I like the fit of the 4.5. It's got a nice wide toe box. It's very comfortable when I put this on. You've got a good amount of padding around the ankle area, so if you have wide feet, it will accommodate those well. And the length for me also fits true to size, so it's very comfortable. Now, as far as the stiffness goes with the 4.5, it's got more flex right out of the box than the 5.5. So if you're a rider that likes a little bit more flexibility out of a boot, you will get that with the 4.5. It's still pretty stiff, but it's not as stiff and it's not going to take as long for this puppy to break in. Now, here's one thing that I was actually surprised with, because one thing that I noticed right away when I put these on is with the 5.5, I felt like I could feel a little bit of the plastic on the outside and the inside of my ankle. With the 4.5, I couldn't feel that. So I was happy to see I didn't notice that. Also, too, what I like, when you put these on, it feels nice and snug around the ankle area. It feels like it really holds it in place well. And on the inside down here at the bottom, you're not gonna be able to see it, but right where your heel goes, they have almost like a suede type material just to help keep the heel in place a little bit better to help minimize heel float. If you've never heard that term before, that just means that when you're in a boot and you're walking or riding, you want your foot to stay planted to the bottom. You don't want your heel to be lifting up, and that's why they put that patch material there on the inside. You've got the 3D mesh liner on the inside, moisture wicking, antimicrobial. Again, just very comfortable. Keep in mind, we do have our fit guarantee. No matter what boot you buy from us here at Rocky Mountain, if you're not happy with how it fits, you can send it back in brand new, unused condition. We want to make sure you get the size and the fit that you are looking for, so we give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange. You could buy this boot and exchange it for the same boot in a different size or a completely different boot. Again, we just want to make sure you're happy with whichever you decide to go with. Now, looking at it, it does look very similar to the 5.5. Obviously, there are some big differences here. The one big notable change is that with the 4.5, you're not getting the FlexLock system that you have on the 5.5. Keep in mind, we have a spotlight video for that boot. Go check that out if you haven't yet. But aside from that, when it comes to just construction and protection, this thing is rock solid. It's the same build materials that you're getting with the 5.5. So you got some leather down here where you can see this black material. I love this white and copper, by the way. Just got to call that out. But then you have this microfiber material going all the way up the top. You can see you've got these accordion stretch panels here in the back as well. And then along the inside here, nice gribby rubber texture material up here at the top to help grip the bike. Hard plastic down here at the bottom. And then the buckles, here's one difference. With the buckles, so the straps, this portion is the same as the 5.5. With the buckles, this is a plastic buckle versus aluminum on the 5.5, but they're both still going to be replaceable. It's the same style of buckle. Take your strap, drop it in there, snap it down. They actually work really, really well. Now, one feature that I was really happy to see that they kept on the 4.5 that they have on the 5.5, and this to me, for some riders, might not be a big deal, but I love it. They have what they call their SlideLock cuff. It's up here at the top. So it's Velcro, but here's what's so cool about this. It's a one-directional Velcro. In other words, if I just barely overlap that, this Velcro can slide closed. But then when you go to open it, it's completely locked. That is not opening, and here's why I like that. With a lot of boots that have Velcro up around the top, when you go and you snap down this upper strap, it kind of binds up that Velcro a little bit, and you kind of have to readjust everything. With this, what you can do is just, set that Velcro a little loosely, and then you just do your top strap, and it pulls it into place, and you don't have to worry about any adjusting after that. So I love the SlideLock closure. I wish that was on every boot, honestly. Now, as far as a protection standpoint, You have a pivot system. You've got a pivot here on the lateral side. You also have one on the medial side. So again, that's going to help with the flexibility, also helps with the lateral support of the boot. Now here's some of the big differences, and here's what you probably want to consider the most, choosing between the 4.5 and the 5.5. Like I mentioned, the 5.5 has their FlexLock system, and what that system does, it gives as much lateral support to the rider's ankle as possible. So I'm talking side to side. And the 5.5, like I said, is a little bit stiffer, so it does offer a little bit more support when it comes to flexion when you just bend your knees. But the 4.5 is still really good. You know, I would compare this easily to something like the Tech 7 from Alpine Stars as far as the amount of support side to side that you're getting. You're not going to get as much as the 5.5, so if you are shopping for a boot that has the most support possible from Leatt, you'd want to check that one out. But I feel like for me personally, or even a top level rider, I feel like this is going to give enough support, but again, not as much as 5.5. That's going to come down to just really rider preference. But I like that you're getting that pivot system, which for me is a bonus. Again, you have those accordion stretch panels here in the back to help the flexibility as well. And then on the inside, or excuse me, with the sole, you have their steel shank. So that's going to be CE certified. That's just going to add to the rigidity of the sole as well. Speaking of the sole, same sole design as the 5.5, which I think is great. The sole offers a lot of grip. It's also replaceable. What I like too is that you'll notice that this entire black piece, that is what is replaceable. And it's pretty big. With some boots, you don't tend to see the replaceable insert that large. Obviously, with a lot of riders, some guys are more on the arch of the foot, some are more on the toe box. So they made it to where, regardless of where you wear the sole out, you can get that part replaced. Also, what's nice too in the 4.5 is they have the relief cut. For me, peg feel is really important. When I'm on the bike, I want to really feel where my feet are at. I want to feel that brake pedal and that shift lever. So they have a relief cut in the sole. You're not going to be able to see it, but it just helps give a little bit more flexibility, a little more give in the sole to offer better feedback on the bike. But overall, with the 4.5, I think they did a rock solid job. At a price point of around $300, there's a lot to like. I think the protection is really good. Again, not as much support laterally as the 5.5, but I would have no problem going and riding at my fastest speeds wearing the 4.5. It's going to give me the support and the protection that I would look for in a boot. If you do have questions or comments, if you want some more feedback, I am more than happy to give that to you, so make sure to leave your questions, your comments below. To grab your next set and to see all the colorways that are available, click on the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. Orders over $75 ship free. If you guys like this product spotlight, you've got to subscribe to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. We are the #1 place to go for product spotlights like you saw today, product reviews, how-to videos, buyer's guides, all the videos that you need to get rocking and rolling for your next ride. I am Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.